Hello and welcome to BISP Solution. So let's continue a previous session where we have left the previous account receivable session. So in the previous sessions we were doing the transactions with memo lines and standard memo lines. After that we move forward to the chargeback transactions where we were left. So we have understood how the chargeback transactions will be done, but because of some instance issues we haven't completed the chargeback transaction activity in the application. So we will continue today's session with the chargeback transaction. Okay, so when we were in the chargeback transaction, first we will go and see whether we have created the receivable activity for the chargeback transactions has been set up or not. So first we will go to a project. We will go to a project. Okay, in the project we will search down the receivables activity. Receivable activities, and under that we will go and see the manage receivable activities, whether we have assigned or not. So we search it down to a business unit and we'll see it. Okay, we will search our business unit here. So you'll see that we have to change the charge back adjustment here. So we have to change the chargeback transactions that we have selected. So we will click on the add icon. Okay, so we will added this option. Okay. If you want to, you can add from here as well. So credit card chargeback account is already been selected, so we click on OK button and we'll click save and close. Now we will create the transactions, as we have discussed in the previous sessions that we have to first create a transaction. Let's take this example with us. We first create a transaction of $10,000, then we will receive the receipt of $6,000, and let's see what will happen after the 4,000 remaining amount, $4,000. So we will go to the receivable workbench. Under the billings, here in the billing we will create a transaction. So we will create a new transaction. We are just doing the transaction class will be the invoice. Remember the transaction class. If you want to issue the debit memo or a credit memo, we have to select the transaction class. By that class when we are creating the bill, while we are creating the invoice. So we will click SPL business unit, that is a transaction, and all the things will be done by the SPL invoice. You will see. Okay, here we select a customer, that is SPL customer, and we will go and select the description. We will just give goods here. The quantity is of 5 to and here you can see we have just selected the amount of 10,000. Now from here complete and create another, we will select complete and review. So the transaction has been completed of $10,000. Now suppose a customer will come up here and he wants to pay the 6,000 along 6,000, and we have to apply it the 6,000 along with this. So remember this transaction number 4001, we will record it for our remembrance. Okay, 4001. We cannot be confused or misunderstood with another transaction that I have done in this instance. So we now move to the receipt workbench. Again from the navigation we will go to the accounts receivable. Here remember we have yes, we have to, if we want to create the invoice, we'll go to the billing workbench. If we want to create the receipt, we will go to the accounts receivable workbench. So now from here, the task list, we will create a receipt, as I have already discussed how to create a receipt. Okay, so now the business unit, what is this type, we will discuss after this point. Okay, we have selected a bank. So if in the previous session we are stuck here, so we'll give the check number, routing number, we will give, provided the remittance bank has been already been selected, we will enter the amount. Suppose we are receiving the payment of only for $6,000, so we will apply $6,000 here. I'll go to the customer name, we will select a customer. Okay, the site, if you want to select, you can select it. Select the site. Here we have given remittance reference detail, there is two options. So we will not going to select that option, we will select this option because we are going to do the chargeback transaction. So we'll select here, we'll add application or add open receivable. Suppose we want to add open receivable, the transaction number will be 4001, and we search it down. So the instance is not working quite properly, so that's why it is not selecting this option. We will go and add application. Here from the add application, the application reference number is 4001, we search it down, this application. So we'll select this. Okay, we click OK, and you can see the amount will be applied to $6,000. We have entered the amount of $6,000. Yet if you got confused and you want to just override the entered amount, you can change the amount from here as well. So the invoice, so the receipt will be recorded as per that those amount that we have already been received. Okay. So now you can see amount due. When we click save account, the outstanding amount will be shown us to is that $4,000. So when we do the chargeback account, the amount due will become nil. So let's save it down first. Remember, you have to save it. Now save and close. You can click save and close. Now you can see the amount has been applied. So after saving this account, you go to the actions button. On the action, you see create chargeback transaction. So after saving and go to here, we click on chargeback transaction. Here we want the type, and you can see the amount. Here the distribution, if you want the distribution to go to the charge bank, you can override it. Here the what we say, here the chargeback transaction is account receivable, so we don't want this, but we have to override it. So we will just select the account on the chargeback. You can select it from here, search advanced, and we can change the if you want you can change it, if you don't want you can don't change it. Here you can just click, if you want to give reasons, you can give the reasons and the comment on that, and you click save and close. Now after that, you will see the amount due will become nil and the amount applied will become 6,000. We click save again and save and close. So now if you go and see the manage transactions, and again if you now go and see on the manage transaction, okay, again we go to the billing workbench. I will search the manage transactions with the customer, because we want to see the chargeback. Here you can see the chargeback of 4,000 has been left. I don't know why TVS chargeback is coming up here, but you can see the transaction type, that is the chargeback, and we'll just record this chargeback transaction to this. Okay, now you can see the chargeback has been created. The original transaction number will be 4001. If you click on this, you can see the chargeback transactions review is been given, the business unit, the transaction source from which the source has been come up, the transaction type as well, and you will see the address and bill to. All the details will be given to here of the invoice value. So now we click cancel, and now suppose the customer come at a later date and he wants to pay the remaining amount 4000, or you can say the lesser amount. So how we are going to record this lesser amount, we'll see it. Again we go to the accounts receivable workbench and we create a receipt. Now how to retrieve that chargeback account, the chargeback outstanding balance to that receipt, we will see. So we create we go to the create receipt. Again we select a business unit, and we'll select the receipt method and provide the check number. Okay, and now we had entered the amount is 4000. If you are receiving lesser amount, you can choose the lesser amount of 4000, the amount you are receiving, and you can make the chargeback again to the remaining balance. We select the customer here, give the site, and we go to the submit and apply manually worksheet. Now here, now unapplied amount is 4000. Now suppose you want add open receivables, the transaction number we want to give is what we have recorded. We just type it and click include chargebacks, because we have to select the checkbox to see the unapplied amount available to this receipt. We search it down. So because of the some certain issues, as I have told you, as there is the site is acting weirdly, so we go and search out down to the add applications. Here you can just post here and you will search it down. Here you can see the chargeback account has been come up. Here you see the bill to site as well, and we click OK. Now here, if you want to apply the amount to 4000, you can apply the amount to 4000 here. If you want that you have received lesser than 4000, you can select the lesser than 4000 amount. So we can just create another chargeback account from here actions, and we go and create another chargeback account, chargeback transactions here. So we click save and close, and this transaction has been completed. So this is how the chargeback transactions will be done in the application. It is very useful for us than that, because we have already created the invoice. The due date will not be changed, so we have to create another receipt account. Okay, so now our next step will be the so now the next step will be standard receipt. What is a standard receipt? What is standard receipts? First I will tell you, we were creating the receipt, we are creating a receipts in the in this activity while we are doing practice, or while we are doing the activities in the applications, are doing the standard receipt, standard type of activity, standard type of receipt activity. Standard receipt means when we receive a payment from a customer, that we create customer receipt transaction. It means when we create a customer receipt, that we provide the services or goods related to a business. related to a business. Suppose we are having engaged in providing consultancy services. All the consultancy services we provide to a customer, we will issue the receipt. That means the standard receipt. All the receipts, if you go here on the account receivable workbench and you create the create receipts, and you see the receipt type, that is the standard receipt that we have creating. So this is known as the standard receipts. Another receipt as well, you can see the another receipt type, that is miscellaneous receipt. Miscellaneous receipt means that we are creating the receipt other than a business related functions. Okay, suppose we are selling a newspaper, or suppose we are selling a used laptops or used furniture to another, but that record will be, but the payment revenue will be recorded under the company's or entity organization. Then we will issue the miscellaneous receipt. Okay, so let's go and create a miscellaneous receipt. Again, from the workbench we go just like on the same navigation as the standard receipt. We will go and create a standard receipt here. So we just select miscellaneous receipt. When you select the miscellaneous receipt, various functions will be changed. Here you can see, when you click on standard, the accounted amount has been not grayed out, it is showing. But when you create the miscellaneous, the accounted amount and many options will be changed. So now we will create a one miscellaneous receipt. So we will select a business type, that is SPL business. So now it is asking the receipt method. What is the receipt method we are creating? But before creating a receipt, miscellaneous receipt, we have to configure the information. That is, we have to provide the SPL miscellaneous revenue to the application to understand, so that the application will understand and process the transaction as we have configured. So from then, first we'll go to the project, to a project. We create a receivable activity. As you can see that we have to create the receivable activity, so that the application will be move forward in the receivable options. So we select receivables activities. Under again we go to the manage receivable activities. Search it down a business unit. We search a business unit, and you can see there is if it is given miscellaneous revenue account is not given, so we will add it down. So we provide here miscellaneous as a business unit. The name will be given SPL miscellaneous revenue. If you want to give the description, you can give the description. It is same. Here you will see if you want to select, you can select the activity type, that is miscellaneous cash. If no, then you can just click on adjustment and move forward. So now activity revenue on invoice can be comes up, but we have to select the activity GL. Now we'll go to the activity and we will just configure the distribution set here. Now we will search it down miscellaneous. So miscellaneous revenues will be come up here, select OK, and we just save it down, save and close. Now you can see the SPL miscellaneous. Click save and close. Now let's again go and search it down, because the application is working really weird, and we will see SPL miscellaneous revenue has been come up here. So now we create the receipt, miscellaneous receipt. So again from the accounts receivable workbench we will go and create a receipt, that is the miscellaneous receipt. So the receipt stand we have to select this receipt method, we have to be selected. The receipt number we will provide. The receivable activity that we have created, like we have created a as miscellaneous activity we have created. So we click SPL and search. Let's go and see whether it is having still we are getting trouble or not. Then we move forward, and you can you understood that how to create a activity. Okay, so now we'll go to setup and maintenance again in the project to see whether it has been any error or not. You can see the miscellaneous revenue has been there, but we are not. So right now we are not, we are getting any error because of something, so we can't be done the receivable. But you can see it is normal receipt. You have to just add the spell receive, and you have to enter the amount, and the task will be completed here. So this is how the revenue will be done it, the miscellaneous receipt. So let's cancel it, and we have just completed. It is not that rocket science to have done. So now we will going, so the standard receipts and miscellaneous receipts has been done. Now our next topic will come up is on account receipt. Now on account receipts, now we will go and see. So now we will see on receipts account. Suppose suppose we have created transaction of lesser amount. Suppose we have created a transaction of $9,000, but we got the receipt of $10,000. So there is an excess of $1,000. So what will happen? There will be two scenarios. The one is to get the refund of $1,000, or the supplier will, or the customer will say that you can adjust the $1,000 in the next billing when he will get the services or the goods. So this means the on account receipt. On account receipts is like creating a standard receipt. So now we'll go and create this, and let's see whether we can issue the receipts of 10,000. First we will go and create a transaction of $9,000. Yeah. So how we'll create? We have seen the chargeback from the actions. Just like this, we will going and create the on account as well. So from the billing, again from the billing workbench, we create a transaction of $9,000. The transaction invoice is the transaction source will be like this, and all the will be the same. Just goods. $4,002 is the so now we will go and create the now we will just cancel it down, and now we create the receipt of $10,000, and we will, let's see on the unapplied amount of $1,000 how do we move forward to on account. Now we'll go to the AR workbench, and from the AR workbench we create a receipt. That is the standard receipt we are going to create. So we will create a standard business unit. We will provide the receipt method. We just record it, record as well. We have only one method. The receipt number we will give. So now we'll enter the amount. So we are creating the amount of we are creating the receipt of $10,000. Now we'll give the customer name. Okay, now we go to submit and apply manually option. Here you will see, and here we will add an application. Now you can see the unapplied amount will be $10,000. We are creating a receipt of $10,000, but we are just having an open receivable transaction of $9,000. So we will search down the application reference number to 4002, and you can see so there is an unapplied amount now of 1,000. Now what happened to this 1,000 unapplied amount? After so first let's save this, and now you can see there is an unapplied amount of $1,000. So just like we have created the chargeback, just like we have created the chargeback options, we will create the on account as well. So we just click on actions, and we will go to the and unapply application. Here on more option there is written create on account application. Now we will create on an create on account application, the amount will be the 1000, the application date will be today's, and account date is also here. So we can change the application date to the 17th of when we create this, and account date as well. So we click on OK, and now you can see on account reference will be, if you want to give the reason, you can give the reason. You can just give the not yet built. Here you can change the date if you have recorded the wrong date, and you click save. So you can see the amount will move from unapplied amount to on account amount, and we click save and close. Okay, and if suppose if you want, you can just go, and if you want to unapply that amount, you can click the same application, and there you will see on account and application, and the amount will be come up on unapplied amount. So this is how on account receipt will be done. So in the previous session we have also covered, I explained you about the reverse receipts. There will be two reversal receipts that the case one we have done, that is the standard receipt reversal, and the case 2 we have done is debit memo receipt reversal. Okay, so two receipts we have covered in the previous sections. Now we have to apply these reversal receipts in an application. So we will go to the application here again. First we will create a transaction of $5,000, then we have to create the receipt of 5,000. Okay, so first we go and see when we want to open the transaction after receiving after the reversal. So again we will go to the billing workbench, and we create a $5,000 transaction. The invoice will be normal, it will be the transaction type. So now we provide goods here, 5,000, and we click complete and review. So the transaction has been completed. Remember the transaction number is 4003. So now sorry, so now we create the receipt that is from the accounts receivable workbench. Go and create a receipt of 5,000. So it will be a standard because we are unable to record the miscellaneous. The amount will be the 5,000. And we submit manually. If it will take this. Here we will apply from here. You can see all the amount we have been applied when we click save and save and close. So now, as we have discussed in the previous session, that after depositing the check is got bounced. So now what we will do, first we will see and go and see on the billing workbench all the invoices. Yes, first we will see manage transaction. Here we search it down. We have created the 4003. Click on that amount and you can see the view balance details. Here the balance is done is nil. So now again we want to reverse this. So now for reverse we have to go to the account receivable workbench, and from account receivable workbench we have to manage receipts. Under the manage receipts we'll search it down receipt number. Receipt number is okay, we will just search it down with the customer name. The name has been come up and we'll search, and here you can see the 5000, that is receipt number is 19874. And now we will click on that. Here you can see, and you can see the and from here or from from the actions, here from the actions we can click on reverse. Reverse date is here the category it will be asking. We will just give non-sufficient funds. If you want to comment on, you can comment it, and you can give the reason if you want. The reason has to be the mandatory one, and we click on reverse. And you can see the account amounted is come up here, and now on cancel and done. And now we will go to the billing workbench again. On the billing, and we just see the manage transaction. The transaction source will be this, transaction number will be this. Here you can see, and when you click on this and from here you will see the balance details. You can still see the balance is still available. So this is how the standard receipt reversal will be done. Now if a customer said that he don't want to open this and open this, and he want to create a new transaction with the same amount, so how it will be done? So again we will create a new transaction of $5,000. We create a transaction $5,000 again. That is a normal invoice we were going to create. So it will be given like this, and we create complete and review. Okay, and we can cancel it. Now we will go and create a receipt again as the same from account receivable workbench. Again we create. Now I will give the amount will be 5,000. The site we will provided this, and we will go and submit and apply manually. And again here we will add the application and we apply this. and it has been done, and we click save and close. Save. Now suppose from here we will see the applied amount has been done. Now from here we will go to the actions, and we create on account application from here, and we just applied the amount of 5000 from this 17th. Again we'll just take any random date, and we click on OK. We will first go and click save and close. Now again from the manage receipts, and the transaction number, we will go through the customer name again. $5,000 we will go and click on this amount, and from we click on reverse, and here we will give again the category, and here you can see the debit memo reversal button. We have to reverse the receipt without updating the activity and associated with the original receipt. We have to choose this box for the debit memo reversal, and we have to give the type, that is we have already created. And if you want to give the distribution, you can override, and you can give the account number. Otherwise we have already selected this, and we have to give the reason as well, and we click on reverse, click save and close. Now again and we cancel it down. Okay, so now just like this we have done the part, and you can see the transaction is opened up. So let's continue tomorrow in the, or I can say in the next session, and see you in the next session. So thank you for joining this Oracle Fusion financial session. Thank you.